Hi everyone and welcome back to some more F1 2019 here on this channel. This is part number 15 of my career walkthrough. As you're currently watching this, I am on holiday. I will be back in a couple of weeks and then the series on F1 2019 will return. So this is the last episode you will see for a couple of weeks, the same as MotoGP 19. Now in today's episode we head to Italy for Monza. Fantastic circuit, really looking forward to this one. So let's get straight into it. I think this is going to be a very tough race.
The pit lane will be open shortly, which means it's nearly time for qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix here in Monza. The competition is certainly heating up as we head into today's qualifying. Some impressive times showing up during the previous practice sessions. Anthony Davidson, do you think we can expect a similar level of skill to be showcased during today's qualifier?
Well, I certainly hope so. The competition here is extremely tight and I think we might see some very close times today. Remember, practice isn't just about fastest lap times though, it's about optimization, it's about ratifying your decisions. No one's going to be sweating small mistakes here and there, but in qualifying that all changes. You need to nail that perfect lap or face the consequences, and believe me, that's a lot of pressure.
Right, let's see if we can put in a decent qualifying lap. Now, I'm not expecting to compete with the Mercedes, the Ferraris, or possibly not even the Red Bulls, but we have had some improvements on the car, especially on the downforce, so hopefully we will see that in these slow corners. Let's see if we can get to this first chicane at speed, trying to hold it through there. That was not too bad, I will take that. Now, it's not bad conditions as well, it's a bit cloudy still, but at least we're going to have a dry race, and that is always positive. Let's see if we can latch onto the car in front. Now, as you probably saw at the start of the episode, there is going to be some regulation changes, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. We'll sort that out at the end of the episode, or possibly in the next episode, which will be after my holiday. But yeah, we're going to have to sacrifice a few things. But yeah, we've got to try and keep as much as we can, because this car is definitely in a good position at the moment in the championship. Right, let's see how fast we can take it through here. We're definitely going to lack on the straights compared to the Ferraris and the Mercedes, but we're just going to make it up in the slow corners, and that wasn't too bad through there. It held nicely, and I'm expecting the times to be pretty quick round here. Right, get it turned in. This is always a difficult corner for my car, trying to hold it and slowly put your foot down. That wasn't bad, to the line, and that wasn't too bad actually. I will take that, but I'm going to go on another lap just to see if I can improve on that. Right, so that is the end of qualifying, and we qualified in 4th, just ahead of Perez and Verstappen, but behind Sebastian Vettel and Hamilton and Bottas. So we weren't far off the fastest time. I will take that. The temperatures are going to be slightly warmer in the race, so it's going to be a very exciting race. So let's get straight into it and see if we can end up on the podium.
It's race day here in Italy once again. Monza, home to so many records. The smallest winning margin, for example. Do you remember in 1971, Peter Gethin beat Ronnie Peterson to the line by 1/100th of a second. There were 40 overtakes for the lead alone in 1965, and Kimi Räikkönen clocked a record top speed of 230 miles per hour here, just over a decade ago. So there's a lot to live up to then for all of our drivers today. With top speeds reaching 215 miles per hour, only a few places can challenge Monza's crown as the fastest circuit in F1. Hard braking zones going into the 3 chicanes make up the majority of the 11 corners on this 3.6-mile circuit. And just in case the slipstream wasn't enough, 2 DRS zones will help encourage some closer action. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Now, can I talk to you about Sebastian Vettel? As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. so it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Carlson, Perez, Max Verstappen and Faber, Gasly, Leclerc, Grosjean and Devon Butler, Giovinazzi, Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel and Albon, Russell, Raikkonen, Robert Kubica and Kevin Magnussen. Fiat and Lando Norris starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Right, so here we go with the race in Italy around Monza, waiting for the 5 red lights, and it's all go. Can we get a good start? That was not too bad, and just remember we started in third because of Sebastian Vettel's penalty, and Perez is coming down the inside. Let's be good on the brakes, get behind both the Mercedes into that chicane, try and hold that inside line, and yes, we've managed to hold on to third, but Perez was really pushing there in the Racing Point car. But let's see if we can stick with the Mercedes early on in this race. Now they're going to have much greater speed on the straights, so we're going to have to make it up in the slow corners. Let's slow it down. Just remember, we haven't got maximum temperature in the tyres yet, and that wasn't too bad through there, so we've managed to pull away from the rest of the cars, but sticking with these two is not going to be easy. Bottas was about 0.7 quicker than us in qualifying. And let's see if we can hold it through there. Not too bad, trying to get a bit of slipstream. Now it's going to be a few laps before DRS is going to be available, so we're going to have to try and stick with them as much as we can, and we're really pushing hard here at the starts. Let's just try and slow it down into there. Try and hold as much as we can through there. And this is where you're going to see the Mercedes power. And look at them, they're pulling away. Even with slipstream, Hamilton is pulling away. I knew this was going to happen, so we're going to have to try and stick with them. Let's see if we can be better on the brakes, slow it down, try and get it turned in. Just try and hug that inside. And look, we just made a mistake, hesitated, and that's all it takes. And look at them, they're going to start pulling away again. This is not going to be easy. Got to just stick with it as long as we can. If they start battling in front, that may give us an opportunity to stick with them, because they will slow each other down, especially in the chicane. But Hamilton at the moment is not getting anywhere near back. Bottas is trying to stick with him, but Bottas has, for some reason, really good pace early on in this race. Now I have adjusted my pit stop slightly. I'm going to go a little longer on these tyres this time rather than trying to do an undercut, so hopefully that will work out for me today. But I'm going to have to be really careful with these tyres because it is pretty hot temperatures around this Monza circuit. Really pushing hard here, and they're still within touching distance as I try to carry a little bit more through that corner. Let's see if we can just gain a little bit of slipstream, but no, look at that Mercedes power. As soon as they get into about 5th or 6th gear, they start pulling away. Right, just try and hold it through there as much as I can. And again, you're going to see that Mercedes just pull away again, just too much once we get into the higher gears. I don't know what their top end's going to be like, but we just try and stick with them as long as we can. And we're coming towards the end of lap 2. These laps are going to go really quick, so we're going to have to be very focused, try not to lose concentration. And Hamilton has just stuck in the fastest lap of the race. Now DRS is enabled. This is going to give me an opportunity, and they're going side by side into that turn. Is Hamilton going to try and make a move on Bottas? He's trying to take the inside. Is he going to make the pass, or is Bottas going to just hold him off? I think Bottas is going to keep the position, but then two are going wheel to wheel, and that could work in our favour, especially if they slow each other down. We have just dropped back a bit. I've got to stop concentrating on their race and try and concentrate on my own. And Hamilton didn't make the pass, but he is trying really hard. We managed to get through that chicane pretty quick, and we need to just close that gap a little bit. But they are battling hard, which is good. Two teammates having a right ding dong around Monza is always very, very interesting. Right, that wasn't too bad through there. Now we've got DRS. We should be able to drag Hamilton a little bit. No, that Mercedes power is just pulling them away. Just try and hold it through here. Again, is Hamilton going to make a pass? No, he's not going to, but he's going to try and possibly take Bottas on this next corner. So let's be close for that, because if them two have a bit of a moment, we can make a pass. Right, just trying to hold it as much as I can around that turn, but this is just where my car lacks the power. Just doesn't have enough. Even with the DRS, I'm not getting anywhere near him. I'm closing the gap in the slow corners. But here we go. They're going to go wheel to wheel again into the chicane. Is Hamilton going to make the pass? He's got the inside. Is he going to squeeze through, or is Bottas going to just hold him off? Oh, they're going side by side. This is so interesting. And there was a bit of contact there. No, Bottas has held Hamilton off. This is so exciting being behind this battle here. Right, let's just try and hold back. To see what happens. Just take a nice line through there, and I've closed the gap a little bit to Hamilton. Just got to try and keep this. The tyres will start going off once we get to probably about lap 5 or 6, so we're going to have to be careful. That was nicely done through that corner. Now we can just stick the DRS on. Can we just get a little bit closer to Hamilton as we go through the next couple of corners? And doesn't look like it. I think they're going to just pull away. And just try and hold it. Oh, that was nicely done through there. Just grabbing a little bit of curb. And no, they're still going to pull away. But I am pushing as hard as I can. And with this car, I know I haven't got the top end speed. I'm just going to have to just wait for my opportunity if one presents. And again, just trying to hold it around that corner. Let's see if we can just drag Hamilton again. Here we go again. Can we get a bit closer? Is Hamilton going to try and get Bottas again into the chicane? And no, he's not close enough this time. Oh, bit of a love tap there, sorry, Lewis. I almost completely shunted him there, but it was only a tiny little tap. So lucky we didn't damage our car. But yeah, I'm trying my hardest to keep with these two. I just don't have the power, especially out the slow corners. Again, try and take as much through there. Nicely done. So we're on a lap 5. Got a couple more laps and then we're going to pit, I think. So we're going to need to try get a little bit closer to these two if we can. Otherwise they're going to, I think they will carry on for a couple more laps than me. So that's where I've got to make up the time, and hopefully this strategy will work for us. Here goes Hamilton. He's going for a move down the inside, and he's overtaken Bottas. Hamilton leads the GP in Italy around the Monza circuit. I knew he was going to make a pass sooner or later, and there you go. But can we take advantage of that? Can we get a little bit closer? We're getting right behind Bottas. Can we be good on the brakes into this turn? Can we overtake him? Try and hold that inside line. We're into second place, and that is exactly what we need. But we are going to pit on the next lap, so it's not going to mean too much, because I think that he will probably overtake me in a minute. But we're coming up to our pit time, so wow, that was really, really tough trying to keep Bottas behind. He almost wiped me out on that last corner. I don't know what he was doing trying to undercut me there. But anyway, we're into the pits, and hopefully we can push as hard as we can on the mediums. And I'm not sure when they're going to pit, whether they're going to pit next lap or the lap after that. But I need to try and make up some time. If we can overtake them as they come out on the pits, it's going to be insane. There is going to be some traffic. This race is not over yet. We're only halfway through, and anything can still happen. So let's see if we can push hard. Try and get through there. We're going to have to warm these tyres up as well. So we are in last place with a lot of traffic in front of us, but I'm hoping that most of this goes in, and then you might see either Bottas or Hamilton come out the pits. But if they go in there with traffic, and they obviously can't go in there together because they're teammates, so it's going to be an interesting strategy to see how they work out, how they go in. Right, let's just see if we can latch onto these lot. There's quite a lot to try and get past. Let's try and get past these without too much bother. Let's go down the inside. Can we squeeze past Raikkonen as well? Don't squeeze us out. And in behind Norris. Let's hope they don't run us in the inside. Slow down. Ooh, we managed to get into there okay. So that is 2 places made up. Right, so let's see if we can overtake most of these on the straight. And I'm hoping to see one of those Mercedes come out of the pits now. Let's try and hold it. Grosjean is in the pits. So, two of them have got in the pits, but Norris is staying out, so let's try and get a good drag. Let's go down the inside of him. Oh God! Almost went straight into Hamilton coming out the pits, but we have overtaken him. Even Norris almost went into Hamilton then. So Hamilton has come out the pits. That means Bottas is still out and will possibly pit on the next lap. So we've managed to jump Hamilton, which is good, but he's right behind us. And he's probably going to try and overtake us, so we're going to try and use this traffic to our advantage. Let's see if we put some cars in front of us. Oh God, almost got that chicane up. Luckily I managed to hold that. Right, let's try not to make any mistakes. Come on, we've got ourselves into this position. Let's try and hold it. It's not too bad through there. With that Mercedes power. He's going to try and overtake me once we get onto the straight. But if I can just get in the inside of one of these cars in front, that might block him off. Let's see if we can do that. Try and hold it. I'm pretty sure these two might go into pit in a minute. Really trying to carry the speed through there. And here comes Hamilton. I can hear him. He's going to come on the outside. And there goes the Mercedes. But can we be good on the brakes into the turn? And try and block him off. He's not going to be able to overtake all of us. There he is still behind. Right, who's going to go in? Oh, so there goes Ricciardo, but Norris is staying out. So let's see if we can just catch up. And here comes Hamilton. Is he going to come down the inside? And there's Bottas. There's Bottas. He's only just come out and I've overtaken Bottas as well, going down the inside of Norris. Can we make this pass and put some ground between us? Yes! We've gone through there. And has Norris stayed in front? Yes, he has. So we've got a slow marker in the middle of us and the Mercedes cars. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Now we just need to stay in this position. Now, Norris will obviously pit on the next lap, but if we can just get a little bit of distance between us, they might struggle to get past him. Go on, Norris, do us a favour. Try and hold them off as long as you can, and I'm going to try and pull away. Just try not to make any mistakes. Trying to take as much through there as I can. And starting to pull away slightly. We just need 2, maybe 3 seconds. I think we can hold on to that for about 3 or 4 laps. Well, I hope I can anyway, because they're going to have to warm those tyres up. Well, Bottas will. Hamilton has already probably put some heat in his mediums, but they're also going to be battling with each other. So this has just turned out perfectly. I wasn't expecting this. Definitely didn't have the pace overall against the Mercedes, but this strategy has worked nicely. Right, so we go into lap 10. Can we hold this for another 3 laps? It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to try my best. I've just got to stop making any mistakes.
This is your final
right, so we got one more lap to go. Can we bring another win home in the Haas car? This is insane. It really is. I cannot believe this. Right, so just be careful through the chicane. Again, really quick through there. The Mercedes cars are battling away with each other. I'm not sure who's going to come in front of each. I think Hamilton may take second, but Bottas is back on it again, trying to push. So let's just see if we can just keep this steady. This strategy has worked perfectly, and all I did is adjusted maybe 1 extra lap. I think. That one extra lap has actually worked out. I mean, I almost ran into Hamilton when he came out the pits, but I was not expecting to come out in front of Bottas. That was unbelievable. But that's the thing, when you've got 2 teammates in front of you, you know they can't pit at the same time. It's just whether they make the right strategy. If it was the other way around, it might not have worked out that way, but it has. Right, we're coming to the final bend. We've got plenty of ground between us and the Mercedes, and it looks like it's going to be another win, which is insane. But I will say one thing, guys. I might up the level for the next GP. I think it's time. Now the car is performing, I think we're going to up the level another 5-10%. But anyway, another victory. I'm going to take it. I wasn't the fastest around that circuit, but I came out on top, and that's all that matters.
What a fantastic Grand Prix that was, and an excellent win for the Haas team. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
Haas are no doubt happy with today's performance, having secured the win this weekend. And our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations as we speak. So, let's review the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to say Sebastian Vettel certainly caught my eye during today's race. Incredible driving.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
An unbelievable race. Really happy with that. Let's quickly check the standings, and we are up to 4th. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that, but like I said, I might up the level now. Anyway, let's get into the final part of the episode.
They've announced that the technical regulations are changing for next season. Now there's a risk a lot of our hard work could be undone if we're not careful, so let's figure out how to mitigate this. Drivers, take a look at the developments we have and let us know what you want to invest in protecting. Alright everyone, let's get on top of this.
Right, that is the end of the episode, so we have got some regulation changes. I'm going to worry about that when I get back off holiday. Really enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and I will leave you a replay of that fantastic race.